Hello everybody, taking a look down this box. We starting pull out all the barbers. Of course, I've already showed these. Let's have a look at where the mint mark is on these. Right below one dime in the wreath. This one appears to have a little bit more detail left on it than a lot of them do. Oftentimes they're worn out to nothing to speak of. Look at the mint mark on this one too. It's Orleans mint. The old mint's right below the wreath on one dime. What, I got two 19 OSs, 8 OS. I kind of like this one more, just because the toning or dirt on it makes the details show up better. We'll keep going. Yeah. I'm having a great deal of luck lately. Here's a D mint one. Clearly it's a D. $19.12D. It's clearly a D. $19.13. And a couple 1916s. Appear to have a little bit of detail left on it, not a lot. That one's pretty slick though. Last barber in the box. 1916S. Again, under the wreath. That's a really clear mint mark there. So that's the barber section, of which there's fifteen total barbers in the box. And we'll start looking at some of the really early Mercury dimes. Let's have a closer look. Let's try to see, most of the date's still there, but it's quite worn. And we'll show you the mint mark on these. We'll look closer at the date again. $19.16. The mint mark on these is down here at the bottom between 1 dime and the stock there. It's kind of hard to see it. It's worn. It's kind of blobby looking. Now I have 4 1917 Phillies in here. That one's heavily worn. Wonder how much the date's left. It's starting to wear away. 1917D is maybe, well, it's a 16D, I believe. Real low mintage. But I think I've got another 17 upstairs or in the other box. There's a couple 17S's. And again, that mark on this one is a little bit less worn. Kind of see it better. And that one you can see pretty clearly. And then there's some few 1918s, 2 Philadelphia ones, very worn. And that one looks not quite as worn. There's 2 1918S's in here too. There's the other one. There's 2 1919 coins in here. A Philadelphia one that's not super heavily worn for as old as it is. And a 1919S. Wait a second. That's labeled an S, but someone's eyes must have played a trick on them, because that's not an S. That's a D. It's clearly a D. I'm going to change that label. Now it says 1918D. So how many early Mercuries do I have in here? $14 until you get to the 1920s. So I have a pretty good number of the teens. That's a unpriced 1920. And there's a 1920D. See if someone mismarked it. Nope. That's a D. Okay, the 20S says it's very fine. Got a lot of details left on it. Let's see if it's an S though. I ain't seeing it too good at that angle, but it is an S. So, we got 323 Philadelphias, a 23S, 24S, and a 25S, 26, 27, 28, 28, 28. That is labeled fine. Quite a bit of detail left on it. 28S and a 29. Then we go to a 30. Now, how many 20s are in here? $19. But this is going to be a long task to stream this whole box. I might switch it up into a few different streams because it's been a weird day and doesn't seem like a whole lot's going on right now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop with this. Put these barbers back in. And go see my regular coin dealer tomorrow and see what his prices on silver are. Now, this box, we only went through about 40 to 50 coins to get to the 1930s. And only goes up to 44 or 43 in this side. Let's look at the last couple in the box on this side. Oh, some more 44s. Oh, don't look too bad worn. Neither does that one. That one looks quite nice, actually. Appears to have some mint luster left on it. It's a pretty nice dime for. But by 44, they were making so many Mercury dimes. They're not super collectible. All right, let's look at this one. It appears to have some mint luster left on it, too. Actually, quite a bit. Let's look at this underneath the magnifying glass and see how much details are. So you can see any of the high marks. Doesn't look heavily worn at all. It is an S, so it's not mislabeled. That might actually be AU because the mint luster is pretty solid. Oh well, we don't really know. Oh, all right. This one says it's AU, and you can see the mint luster on it quite well. That's what that spiraling light reflection is, mint luster. Let's look at this closer. Well, it looks like it has a severe case of pitting on it. Pitting and scratches. Tis a pity because it's a nice looking coin otherwise. The center band gets weak right in the middle. Make out a line, but let's see if we got one over here that's supposed to be uncirculated. Besides that 44. Oh, none of these say uncirculated on them. Some 45S's and the Micro S. Let's look at this real quick. See how small the S is? Look at this one. This looks a little bigger. Yeah, it's quite a bit bigger. Oh, I don't know how rare the 45S Mercury Dime Micro S is. Yeah, Roosevelt dimes. This one's quite nice. No one bothered to put anything on it, but you can see the mint lusters on the surface. The field spiraling around his head. So that's a pretty nice 46, but there's no love for Roosevelt dimes. There really isn't. Let's see, this one doesn't look much different in condition. Yeah, the 46S, both of them are real nice. $1 price difference. Now someone wrote $15 here. Got marked down to a more realistic price. I don't really think anybody would probably pay that much for a Roosevelt dime. I just don't. Anyway, I've went on for a little while, and like I said, there ain't a whole lot going on tonight. The Morgan dollar. This single light I have here really pulls the mint luster up on this coin quite well. And then this one's just super reflective. You can see its mint luster spiraling around it too. You actually see some reflections in it. They say to tell a proof like you point like a pencil at it or your finger, and it reflects in the fields and at different angles. But I don't know. It's like I said, it's been kind of a strange day. I even have a few that are mint wrapped still. Again, Roosevelt dimes. Very, very little love for these. It says it's approved, but it doesn't really look shiny enough to be approved, but who knows? Maybe this. Anyway, I got a few of them that are mint wrapped in here. Something just beeped at me. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my battery on my phone's getting dead. Or maybe I got a notification of some sorts. Oh well. Way out towards the end of this one is Modern Proofs. They frost up the high parts and the background's kind of a cameo. They're a little bit easier to, maybe this one will really show you. It's a little easier to tell on these that they're definite proofs because the background is so dark looking and reflective. These, again, there was no love for these either. I mean, 225 is only a little bit above melt, so it's not like it's a super expensive dime. Most of these dimes aren't very expensive in this box. It's pretty tight too. I need to get some of these out of here and trade them in for something better. It's just, this is a lot of dimes. It's a lot of effort to deal with. So anyway, like I said, it's been a strange day today. Not a whole lot going on. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this down for the night and wish you all a good night.